You're listening to
Two girls.
One Crypt.
Listen if you dare.
Spoilers ahead.
I don't know what the hell's in there, but it's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
What's your favorite scary movie?
You shouldn't live, Bill.
It's 1970. Japan launches its first satellite. Paul McCartney leaves the Beatles. Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin die. Matthew Lillard, Nick Offerman, and Jennifer Connelly are born. Patton, MASH, and Love Story top the box office. But something weird is going on in horror movie land. Is everyone on drugs? Are we, Kendall and I, are we uncultured? Please help us here because the theme for this episode seems to be what the hell is going on. You're listening to Two Girls, One Crypt. I'm Misty.
I'm Kendall. And here we are.
And for the first time, I actually questioned myself about whether or not I actually wanted to record an episode.
Really?
I actually
didn't know it was
thought
that serious.
I was just like, I mean, I'll tell you, we'll talk about why I'm so angry
Yeah.
later, but I'm gonna say three of the four movies we watched was like convinced me fully that literally everyone in the year 1970 was on hallucinogens.
Yeah, this wasn't super enjoyable to watch. I think I've been trying to figure out like why. And I think just horror back then, because
Hmm.
if you look at these movies, none of them are very horror
One
movies. You know what I
is
mean?
one I would consider actual horror. Just one of them.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. And that kind of been with the 60s too. Like it's
mhm.
just, I think the way it was back,
I mean, I
you
guess.
throw a rock right now and you can hit a horror movie.
Yeah.
But it
But
back
also in
then,
like the 30s through the 50s, you could also throw a rock and hit a horror movie.
yeah,
And then
no,
some
that's
of
true.
our favorite horror movies are from the 60s and 70s. And it's just like, I guess maybe I am
I just don't
uncultured.
think there's as many as because like we're picking four per year at this
Hmm.
point, and in the 60s and 70s, there's probably a little more than four that, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe I'm just not educated enough and I'm just assuming that there were like it
Same.
was difficult for us to pick four movies, not because we were spoiled for choice. Like we
Yeah.
hadn't heard of
I
most of
blindly
them.
chose.
Yeah, I picked
Now, were
one.
these all four new watches for both of us?
Yeah. And I feel like when
Okay.
we do the years, a lot of the times happens, especially when we do like much older
Yeah. The
decades.
older ones. Yeah.
Um, so I I don't know. I just I might be making an ignorant comment. I think just 1970 was not a good year for horror. If I am
No.
missing a landmark horror movie or something really
Yes.
original and great, like please let me know. I would love to see it.
Yes.
We
Email us
believe it
two
or
girls one
not.
crypt at gmail.com.
There's the plug. Believe it or not, we actually research movies and we have a long master list that we choose from, as well as sometimes on the fly
Yeah.
we pick some. Um,
For the record, that list was made 99% by Misty.
it,
So no credit here.
but there's
That is
research,
Misty.
you know what I mean, from
Yes, there is
various
research.
sources, like aggregated lists online, or I watch a lot of those documentaries that Shudder does where they talk about either different decades or talk about different kinds of horror movies. And
Yeah.
I'll anything that seems interesting, I write it down and I add it to the list. I always forget
Mhm.
that that's where I get it from, but it ends up on there. I think that's where the vampire doll came from, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well,
Um,
that was, yeah.
but we don't just pick out of our butts. Like
Uh,
we pick with
do
intention though.
sometimes.
You pick with out of your
Yeah.
butt with intention. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
bummed this time around that it was, just not a
It's
great
been a
watching
while since
experience.
it's been a while since we've had a dud.
Hmm. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a dud.
Mhm.
Um, so let's
Misty's hurting my feelings. Misty's so upset, and
I'm
I
sorry.
hate seeing you
Well,
bummed. It
I'm
makes me sad.
I got duped for one of these
Yeah.
movies that I have been waiting to watch for I feel like years at this point,
Yeah.
and I'm very angry about it. And I've been holding on to that for days. I mean, I didn't hold on to it. I sent you a voice message. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I still really want to talk about it.
So I, I this is how my brain is. I don't know if we said this on mic or if we said this before, but um, no, you did say it. Only one of these is technically horror. The rest are just
Mhm.
like maybe fantasy,
Yeah,
maybe one is
fantasy.
I don't know what
Yeah,
the fuck you would call
I
that
don't
one.
either. I don't know how you categorize that. But there's like murder in it, so
Yeah.
and
It's horror adjacent. Like I'm not picking and we've covered less horror
yes,
stuff, I
yes, yes,
think.
yes, of course. Yeah. Like if oh Jesus Christ, The Silence of the Lambs. If The Silence of the Lambs and Seven are considered horror, like of course that one is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
hard to connect, but there are similar elements in there if you're gonna put that. But yes, like so 1970 is like in the heat of the conflict of the war with Vietnam. And so, like I said earlier, Patton and MASH were the top of the box office, like two like war movies. And also, I don't know what Love Story is about. I've never seen it, but I've heard it.
I've never seen it either. I know it was like The Notebook back in the 70s.
Okay. Was it war related?
It's the Boomer's Notebook.
Oh
I
God.
have no idea.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because I mean, like, because I was trying to get my mind in like this time period to understand like why these movies are the way that they are, and I can only guess that it's drugs. Like all of these movies have a very dreamlike quality to them. And again,
Yes.
we two of these are American and no, well, I
Uh,
think one's Japanese, one is
mhm,
Czechoslovakian, one is
mhm.
American. I don't know about uh Tam-Lin. I don't, but I think
I don't know about that one either. Let me look that up.
okay, thank you. Because I would just for the
I have it up
world
already on
view of,
Wikipedia.
who's making these movies, they all are very dreamlike and fantasy based.
It's UK.
Okay, so from four different countries during the conflict
Ooh,
with
I love
Vietnam.
that.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that.
Hmm.
This is what came out of, the middle of a major war. Um, and the year 19th, like I swear to God, it's got to be the drugs. I don't know.
Also, like, think about it. So this is 1970. And I forget, I personally forget this when I talk, not even just on the show, but when I talk about a decade,
Mhm.
when it's a zero or sometimes even a one. So like 70, 71, 80, 81. It is still technically 60.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what
We're
I
in a
mean? Not
transition
technically, but
period.
like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
somewhat a 60s. Like this was probably filmed and written in 1969, so it definitely has more 60s feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of these movies do. Some,
Hmm.
I would say 3 out of 4, um, or maybe all of them, than like the movies we covered when we covered like The Baby
Yeah, for sure.
and The
Yeah.
Exorcist. Whatever year
Yeah.
that was, I can't remember. 74? Is that
78.
74?
Hmm,
78.
maybe. Maybe you might be right.
I know what I'm
Don't listen
talking
to
about.
me. My brain is mush right now. Don't listen to me. Uh,
It was seven. No, oh shit. I don't know. 70, whatever it is. I never took it all. 72.
70. Whoa, Lord.
That's 72.
Holy shit. Really?
It's the only one that I don't have on our wheel. So
Well, hold on.
let me just look up what
Yeah, let me
year The
fact
Exorcist came out.
check us. 73 for The Exorcist. I always forget it's early in the 70s, which is wild. So you're telling me
Why?
that 3 years
Yeah.
later, The Exorcist came out? You're telling me that 3 years later, The Exorcist came out after these movies?
So I
You
have
know?
the wrong number on here.
Oops.
It's fine. Yeah, no, that is really weird because if you like those are very the vibes are very different for sure.
Yes.
That whole episode that we did, it's
Yeah.
very different. I
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
thought that was
Yeah.
later in the 70s that we did.
Me too. But again, don't trust the memory. So this will
No.
probably be a shortish episode
Yeah.
because we're gonna plow through these movies, um, and move on to bigger and better things for us. If you like
Yeah,
any of
and I'm
these
gonna go
movies,
ahead. Yes. Please tell
that's
us why. Email us two girls one crypt at
yeah,
gmail.com.
and cool. I'm glad you do. I like one of them. Well, no, I'll say two. Two. One of them grows on me.
Yeah. We're
But
gonna have quite the finale of this episode for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the one that made me so super angry. Again,
Yeah.
I've had this movie on my to watch list for it feels like years. It's been a long time because, in theory, this is straight up my alley. This is the perfect
Hmm.
movie that I should love. It has all the elements um that I should love in a horror slash fantasy movie. Um, in theory. And I have read like reviews and comments from because this movie gets like gifed a lot or gift. I don't know how the kids say it. And
Hmm.
I come across them, of course, because it would be in my algorithm. It's things that I like. And I've seen gifs from this movie a lot. And people comment on it a lot and talk about how much they love this movie. And it's so beautiful and it's so dreamlike and it's so weird. Um, so I was like, hell
It
yeah,
is all those
it is all
things.
those things. And so I waited to watch it. Never, ever, not once have I ever read in the movie Valerie and Her Week of Wonders that there is nudity of a 13-year-old girl. The actress is 13. She's playing a 13-year-old. And
Yeah.
it's not just she's getting in the bathtub.
No,
It
it's
is
not just her butt. You see her
her
complete
breasts. It
topless.
is, and it's sexualized nudity. She's groped.
Yeah.
And I did not know that that was in this movie.
And
Uh, so to my surprise, I uh, I don't even know what to say about it. Like I'm pissed because no one brings this up. That's why I'm mad. People are like just honoring this movie online. And it is a really cool looking, dreamlike Czechoslovakian horror
mhm, mhm.
fantasy. Like again, all these things I should love, and I would if I was not flashed with pre-pubescent or newly pubescent, whatever you call it, girl nudity.
Yeah, she's a child.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
And thankfully, Misty told me about it because she's like, you need to know this because it's just it's disappointing. Like
It
I
is.
understand, we've talked about Romeo and Juliet, and how there
Mm-hmm.
was, she Olivia Hussey was topless and they told her she wouldn't be, and these are children.
Yes.
And you can say it was a different time and it's different country, like okay, fine, but also
So why
they're
are we watching
children.
it in 2026? If it was a
Exactly.
different time and it
Especially
was okay
without
then and it's not okay
a
now,
warning.
no
Yeah.
warning. If there's ever time
Um
to censor something, it's here. And I will tell you, if I had
also,
known, I wouldn't have chosen this movie. Like that's how much it
right.
upsets me. Um,
Yeah.
because and that's a
Also,
shame.
what movie was I you and I talked about this, but when Jodie Foster did Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane,
Hmm.
um her character was naked, and she had like a love scene and she was naked, and they used her older sister
Hmm.
as this body double because Jodie was underage.
And they
And
also
that
did that
was
for Taxi Driver. Same situation. She played
yes,
a child prostitute, and
that
they
was
used her older
76.
sister as her body
Yep.
double for the intimate scenes.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
think Jodie was
literally
14.
no excuse for. And again, this could be a, a very American prudish of me. I don't know. I don't care. I know what makes
No,
me uncomfortable. I know what
I
I
don't think
don't.
anyone should be comfortable with child nudity.
I don't either. I really don't. Uh, It especially in the light that it is shown in this
Hmm.
movie. Like, okay,
Hmm.
this movie is literally a metaphor for a girl starting her period. The end. That's it. All the white in this movie is, representative of purity.
Hmm.
She's coming of age, and she's fucking 13. Like I can totally, I don't know how many movies I've seen that are a metaphor for a girl starting her period. There's lots of them. I don't need to see a nude
No.
girl. I don't.
Mm-mm. That could be a niche
It could be.
horror topic for us.
Yeah,
Coming of rage.
coming of rage. Except there's no rage in here. I'm the rage.
No, there's no rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me get the details out of the way. This is an hour and 17 minutes, of course, from the year 1970.
Good God, really? It felt so much longer.
It did. It drags.
Sorry.
The
They all do.
synopsis, yeah, is a surreal, dreamlike tale that combines several themes into one fantastical world. That is the worst synopsis for any movie I've ever read in my whole life. But I don't care enough to go look for another one. There is no tagline.
That was not a plot.
You know what? Yeah, it's not. You know what the tagline is? If you're a pedophile and you would like some soft core porn, watch Valerie and her Week of Wonders. That's the tagline. I just made that up. The director is Jaromil Gyres. I probably pronounced that completely wrong because he is, I think it's Czechoslovakian. I keep saying that. I think this movie is Czech.
Let me
I
look. Keep
I'm
going.
probably gonna make a lot of well actually men very upset. And I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm very mad about this. Um,
That's okay. They can let us know at our email, two girls one crypt
yeah,
at
go ahead,
gmail.com.
correct me, please.
It is
Um,
Czechoslovakian.
okay, thank you. The
Mhm.
notable cast, I just wrote down the main girl who plays Valerie. Her name is Yaroslava Shalarova.
Shalarova?
Shalarova, yes.
Mhm.
Um, And I will say my notes go in order of my train of thought as I watch this movie and going into it thinking I'm gonna love this. So the beginning of my notes are just like, hell yeah, I'm having a great time. This is really weird. There's a crusty white dog that we see a lot, and I fucking love him because the guy who owns
And
this
that,
dog carries him in like a baby Bjorn thing on the front of his
yeah.
body. Love it.
And that crusty white woman
Crusty white
whose
woman. There's
skin
a crusty white man.
and her hair and her lips, she
Yeah.
looks like the makeup for like that they used. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
Because it was
I'm
always a little over the
cold.
top.
Yeah.
I'm cold. old.
And again, this is to represent purity,
Mhm.
and
I didn't get any of that, so thank you for explaining this to me.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't, because you know why? Because there is incest. There's a lot of incest. Yeah, hit it like 20 times because there's mother
Uh,
daughter, there's like mother grandpa, no, no, grandpa granddaughter, there's
yeah.
daughter father,
Father,
um,
brother, sister.
yes, brother sister. There's a lot. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Again, this movie is about a young girl's coming of age and her sexual awakening, and it's her family. And this is set in a fantasy setting, so everybody is
There's
kind of mysteriously somebody else.
there's so much incest that you're like, wait a minute. Is
Yes.
that her father? Is that her
Hmm.
brother? Is that
Hmm.
because it's just
Hmm. Every turn.
it's it's flowers in the attic like.
Ugh.
I mean, it's not, but like
Hmm.
it's so normal like that was
Yes, it's just like it's nothing. Also, everyone kisses everyone else on the lips.
on the lips.
At one point, I wrote, uh, am I crazy or is everyone kissing on the lips? Next note,
Mhm.
yeah, everyone kisses on the fucking lips. Next note, yo, the kissing, what the fuck? Because it doesn't stop. Um, I like again, there are some things that I do like. Like there's some very entertaining things in this movie. Like okay, so there are vampires. That's the horror, I guess.
Yeah. Mhm.
Grandma gets bitten by a vampire because she wants to come back young because she is the horniest woman I've ever seen.
That's not how that happens. That's
But
not how
I
that works.
no, it's not. Maybe in
Like you don't get bit
Czechoslovakia.
and then you maybe. But I mean, I'm sorry if you become a vampire and you get younger, that's like some that's like some Winifred Sanderson shit.
Uh-huh.
Like sucking the lives of all the children in Salem
Hmm.
shit.
And I do love that she came back for the love of the game, essentially. She just wanted to bone everyone and she was too old and couldn't do it anymore. And so I
You
do
know?
love that. I think that's great. Even though she was trying to fuck her own daughter. Um, yikes.
It everyone was trying to fuck poor Valerie. Like
Yes,
literally everyone, dad, brother,
the
and
priest.
then dad kept changing. I don't know
Dad
what's
was
going on. The pre
grandpa, also the vampire. One of my notes after the kissing fiasco is do not ask me a single question about the plot of this movie because I could
yeah.
not string a coherent um maybe because I was flabbergasted at the time that I'd seen a new 13-year-old and
Honestly, I don't know. I might have to rally for no trivia for this episode as well.
I'll agree to that. We're gonna skip trivia for 2 episodes and everyone nobody cares. I don't care. It's fine. My last
No.
note for this
We're the only
movie,
ones that care about trivia.
and that's fine. I love our trivia, but I will.
That's fine. We do it for
Nope.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
last
Not doing it
note.
for this. I don't care about this one.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna tell you what to watch instead of this. If you would like to see a dreamlike fantasy horror adjacent film that is just very good, and we've seen some of these, and some of them we have not or may not have yet. I will recommend The Company of Wolves. We have watched and talked about that one. We loved it, and I
Hmm.
find it very similar to Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. I will
Yeah.
recommend Alice from 1988. I have told you about this one. It is a stop motion Alice in Wonderland, and it is creepy as hell, and it is so good. I will recommend Eraserhead. It is more nightmare-like than dream-like, but
Everyone needs to see that movie.
yes, everyone should see Eraserhead. Altered States. We have not watched that one. Neon Demon, which is a recent one, and it is the movie that the distribution company Neon gets their name from. I will recommend House or Houseu. We talk about this movie all the time. It is one of our favorites.
Hmm.
Picnic at Hanging Rock. I think you've seen that one, correct?
I don't know.
There's a recent one that they remade with Natalie Dormer, and then there's an older one from I
I'm
think the
pretty sure I have
70s,
not.
maybe early 80s. It's a good one. I will recommend Santa Sangra, which we have watched, and Alejandro Jodorowsky. Super weird, nothing makes sense, yet it does movie. And lastly, I will recommend V, which VIY, which we will watch for the horror bracket this year with um Tis the
Yes.
Podcast
Hmm.
and our other podcast friends. Um
Yep.
so yeah, that's I
I love that list. I'm going to make one for Instagram.
excellent.
Mhm. Thank you
Instead
for that.
of if you disliked this, watch this instead is the post.
Don't watch this movie. Don't
Yes.
give
If you got duped
this
into
attention. How
watching
did
this movie
watch this?
because no one online mentions the underage nudity, if you got tricked, then watch one of these instead.
How did I watch this movie?
Um,
Oh, I rented this shit.
yeah, I think I probably paid for that one too.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I needed the subtitles. So I am sorry to my bank account. Anyway, let's leave this behind and travel to jolly old Ireland, maybe
UK.
UK. But it's an Irish folk tale, so I guess that
It
doesn't
just said
matter.
UK,
Okay,
so I don't know.
let's travel to the UK.
All right. So we are talking about Tam-Lin, aka the Ballad of Tam-Lin, or The Devil's Window, or The Devil's Woman. It's PG-13. It's an hour and 46 minutes, but it
Jesus,
feels like so much longer.
that is already a long.
Um, that is long, but God. Synopsis: an older woman uses witchcraft to keep her young jet set friends, based on an ancient Scottish folk song. I
Scottish,
don't
my
think I
bad, not
realized she was
Irish.
a witch.
Yeah, why
Tagline:
would you?
she dreamed them of their manhood and then of their lives.
This sounds like
That's
a
cool.
winner. It sounds like a winner, doesn't it?
It does. Our director is Roddy McDowell, only directed two films, mostly known as an actor in Fright Night, Overboard, and The Cat from Outer Space. Interestingly, he was the narrator of the Batman audiobook in 1989, and Missy previously gave him credit as the narrator of the film because she can't read.
Yeah, and our well,
That
actually,
was a that was me reading. I'm not saying that Missy can't read.
no, I wrote that. That's totally fine. Our local well, actually, man, Matt, corrected us on that because I can't read. Um, I thought he narrated it said narrator of Batman, and unless you click on the link that says Batman, it does not say audiobook. At this where it has the poster for the movie. So my bad.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Notable cast. We have Ava Gardner as Nikki. I don't think she notable from the
The Sentinel.
Sentinel. I've
Yeah.
never seen it, but I feel like I know her.
Yes. And okay, so I've seen the Sentinel, so I guess I know her from that, but like I, she's a household name, so how do we know her?
Mhm.
I don't know, but
I
like
have
I
no
know who
idea.
Ava Gardner is. She must have just been like a Kim Kardashian of the time and a
Yeah,
house. I hate to compare her to Kim Kardashian, but I have
I
not
love
seen
her.
the other movies she's in. So I don't know
Mm-mm.
how I know her name. Mm, I don't know. I'm not stressing about it.
We also have Ian McShane, who plays Tom Lynn. You might know him from Deadwood, American Gods, Game of Thrones' brother Ray, Coraline, and Mr. Bobinsky. Shane loves Ian McShane. He is one of his favorites.
Yeah, I love him.
And it was really cool and really weird to see him so young.
As a young man, I'm like, when was he ever young? I feel like he came on this earth as an just like when we saw
Yeah.
Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter.
Brian Cox, um, uh, Michael Caine,
Yeah, they
Morgan Freeman,
yeah.
R.I.P. Maggie Smith.
hmm
They were all old
James Earl
forever.
Jones,
James Earl
they
Jones.
were born as adults. Like I can't imagine them as
Yes.
young people.
Yes. Who of James Earl Jones's family was in Sleepaway Camp? Was that his
Oh
dad?
shit, his
His brother?
I immediately went to say his brother because it's in the 80s, so maybe. I
Anyway,
completely
that's not
forgot about
important.
that.
Yeah. And then Stephanie Beacham, who plays Janet, you might know her from Dynasty or Street Beverly Hills. Um, this was weird.
I
I don't
agree.
know.
And I will tell you that had I not gone and looked for the Scottish ballad that this movie is based on, I would not have understood a single lick of this movie. So if you'd like, I will read the short description of the ballad. Maybe it'll help
Yes.
you.
Also, that we were talking about James Earl Jones's dad.
Oh, his dad. Okay.
He
Uh,
was born in 1910, so that man was quite
oh,
old when he did Sleepaway Camp.
Jesus Christ. Lord. The turn of the century. Like,
Literally.
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Um, okay, here is a summary of the original Scottish ballad that this movie is based on. This is taken straight from Wikipedia because again, I did not have the energy to not plagiarize.
Yeah.
Um, the woods of Cardernaw are guarded by Tam-Lin, a man who demands payment of all maidens who pass through in the form of a belonging or their virginity. They have to give him one of those two things. A maiden named Janet travels to Cardernaw and picks a rose, causing Tamlin to appear. He questions her presence, to which she realizes that Cardernaw is rightfully hers. She then travels to her father's house, where she exhibits the early signs of pregnancy. Much to the concern of the household, she states that her lover is Elvin and then returns to Cardernaw, once again encountering Tamlin. He reveals he is not Elvin, but a mortal captured by the Queen of Fairies, and that he may be sacrificed to hell as part of the fairy tithe. He then details how she can save him to be her mate if she will undergo a trial on Halloween night. She must pull him from his horse as the fairies process through the woods and hold on to him as he transformed into various beasts, then plunge him into a well when he turns into a brand of fire. When he regains his own naked shape, she must cover him with her green mantle and he will be free. She does all of this, much to the anger of the watching Queen of Fairies. Um, and this
That sounds
movie,
great.
yes. And so this movie is just a modern retelling, a 1970 modern
Hmm.
retelling of this fairy story. And so Mickey is the queen of the fairies, and she's captured Tam Lin or Tom Lin in the movie. And she's just here for a good time and a long time.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
she gets bored because she collects young people. So I guess like the modern time thing is this is the 70s and these are just like free love hippie kids. And so
Yeah. Like
she's
sex friends.
yeah, so she's like an older woman, but she still wants to party with a bunch of the youngins. And so she keeps these people around and Tom brings them to her. So she collects
Hmm.
this band. He he's like her favorite.
Very cult like.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. That's what I thought we were getting into.
Hmm.
And he kind of gets bored because I guess he falls for this one girl and wants to leave. And she,
Janet.
Janet, yeah, and he wants to leave. And Mickey will not let him because he's hers. So the part at the end where he tries to escape and he's turning into a beast is very short.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's taken literally from the ballad. of her helping him escape this situation. Um, but yeah, if I had not read that, I was still confused a lot. But if I
I
had
should
read
have
it,
read it before
I wish I had.
because if
I
you look
read
up
it
the
like,
Wikipedia,
yeah,
it
I
says
read it like
nothing.
in the middle because I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?
It, oh my God. So like at one like part of this movie, you have really cool score and music and it's very 60s, 70s and it's really cool. And then it switches and it's
Mm,
like folkish,
yeah.
like really weird, like that scene in The Love Witch when they're in the woods and they get fake married and it's very like, oh, it's
Hmm.
really fucking weird.
Yes.
And then it switches up again to 60s, 70s music. And then it goes back to this folk fairy shit. And it's just like, I don't know. It's weird. The
It is
tone
strange.
keeps flipping.
Did you watch this on YouTube?
Yeah.
So I also watched this on YouTube, and there's this weird thing, and I don't know if it's because of the transfer to YouTube or if this actually happens in the movie, but all of the scenes where Tom and Janet look at each other, all of the
Yeah.
sound cuts out, all of it.
And
No,
it's just flashes.
it's just silence. That weird stop
Yeah.
motion scene
Yes.
at the Babbling Brook where he was like
I was
trying to
wondering.
attack her and then she rolled away and he was like, "Oh, shucks." In slow motion, stop motion, it was the most bizarre filmmaking decision I've seen in a minute.
It was
Uh
really weird.
it is real a
I
lot
was
of this whole
wondering,
movie is very strange.
I was wondering if it was actually part of the movie or if it was the way we were watching it, if it was like a
Yes,
cut.
I have no idea. I can't I can't answer that. Um I did want to make a note that I pretty for anyone who's read A Court of Thorns and Roses or that series, this has to be where Tam-Lin comes from. I know she gets a lot of inspiration from
Has to be.
folklore from other countries, and yeah, I kind of wish I had seen this before I read the book because that would have been interesting to compare. But yeah, fuck Tam-Lin.
Hmm.
Anyway, um, I just wish that the Fae element had been pushed a little harder. I would have liked to see more of a fantastical element
I
here
agree. That would have been
because,
really cool.
yeah, because this is, again, how is this horror? This is fantasy for sure.
It's not horror, yeah. I would say
I,
fantasy, I suppose.
yeah, I struggle to see the horror in it. I don't know. What do you think about
I
it?
guess because well, it says she's a witch.
Yeah.
Even though I guess she's like a fairy witch or a fairy queen. I don't know. I guess fantasy horror, dark fantasy,
Yeah, dark fantasy for sure.
um, folk
Did
horror.
for sure folk horror.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it at all?
Uh, I didn't hate it.
Hmm.
That's about all I got for you.
Yeah, I my poor letterbox is seeing a lot of low rated movies this week.
Yeah, I haven't even letterboxed it. I
I'm
always
pretty
feel bad when I feed letterbox bad shit.
I do too, but again, we're completionists and I
We
like
are. We're
it's
completionists and
it's
it
got to go
literally
in
doesn't
there.
matter, but
Nope.
it does. Because if not, I won't know how many movies I read this year.
Exactly, and that is
Movies I
important.
read? Well, I have read some movies. Anyway,
You read two of these movies at
I
least. Yeah.
read a couple of these movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything to add?
All right.
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, let me look at my notes. I wasn't uh
Did you check
oh yeah,
out?
there's a couple of I did. At the very
Sorry.
beginning, Mickey snort laughs. And I thought that was so random
To see Ava
that I
Gardner
ran it
snort
back to make
laugh.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at one point she says to Tom, "Do you know that I love you? Give me your comment on that." And I loved that.
I will say I did love the character of Mickey, and that's on Ava
Me
Gardner.
too.
I
I
love her
agree.
portrayal of her because she is very just, I'm the boss
She
here.
is who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that I love you? Give me your comment on that. Like, that's so. I one time said to a man, I said, what was it? When are you going to admit it to yourself? And he was like, admit what? And I said, that you're crazy about me, which was a really great line.
That is an incredible line. Kendall, oh my God, you're a professional. That's good.
Thank
I
you.
love
It
it.
was wasted on him. He
Yeah,
fumbled the
that
bag
sucks.
pretty hard.
It's
Yeah.
those are usually wasted, unfortunately, because that's a great
I
one.
was like,
God damn, I want to steal it.
it was so good. And then Mickey calls her little fuck buddies breastfed
Uh,
teenagers.
incredible
Iconic.
line. Incredible line. I loved that.
I
She's so
loved it.
funny. Yeah.
And then just a lot of bitching about the music
I also bitched
switching.
about the music. You know why? Because the saxophone is my least favorite instrument, so I was not having a great time. It immediately, first second in the movie, is saxophone heavy.
There was some jazz in the middle of it,
Hate it.
and it was so weird. That's when I really was bitching because I don't
It
know,
takes
it's
you out of,
strange.
first of all, I'm already confused. And then the
Yeah.
music shift really just throws me.
Well, it was modern, and then it was folk, and then it was
Hmm.
modern, and then it was jazz, and then it was folk, and then it was modern again.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I know.
It was weird.
I
But yeah,
cool.
that's all I got for those.
Um, yeah,
What's your
so
next one?
we're gonna talk about The Vampire Doll. Um, the movie that really saved my sanity in this grouping of movies. It is not rated. It is an hour and 25 minutes. The synopsis is Kiko and her friend, and this is also Japanese. Kiko and her friend are trying to find her missing brother after he disappeared visiting his girlfriend Yuko. There is no tagline. Our director is Michio Yamamoto. Our notable cast is Kaio Matsuo, who plays Kiko. We have Akira Nakao, who plays Hiroshi, and Yukiko Kobayashi, who plays Yuko. This is like it feels very quick. A very like formulaic gothic horror about vampires. And I will tell
Oh,
you, I
this
really,
screams Misty.
oh yeah,
This is so you.
I I love it. I'm so glad I
Hmm.
picked a random one that happened to be good. Um,
Me too.
it it's very interesting because my I think one of my first notes is this Japanese gothic horror, which I again uneducated viewing, I don't know if that's like a big thing, and now I need to find out because this movie
Ooh.
is um a lot of people in either traditional Japanese dress or Japanese dress from the 70s and 60s, set in
Hmm.
a gothic, like European style mansion. And the juxtaposition of those two things is just so amazing to just look at. Number one, we're in an old dark house during a storm, and there's a woman walking down the stairs in a kimono. And it's so crazy to see. Like, I literally don't think I've ever seen those two things together ever on
Yeah.
screen. And it was just really interesting. Yeah, my first note is okay, either this movie is gonna save this episode or throw me into a spiral. This was my last chance. It was the last movie I watched.
Misty had a rough time.
It was rough. It was just
I
like
mean,
movie after
I
movie.
did too, but I feel like
And
you were mostly disappointed.
and I had to watch Psycho 1998, mind you, in the
You know
same
what?
week.
Ugh, ugh,
So,
ugh, ugh.
yeah. So it was
God,
like,
I was just looking at my letterbox because I wanted to fill it.
and
And
it's in there. Your one zero
yeah, and
star, or
my
what do you?
0 star and my review says biggest waste of time.
Yeah,
And I stand by that.
that's
And if you
valid.
want to know what we're talking about, you can subscribe to our Patreon for $5 a month and get 2 bonus episodes
Yes,
every
we
month.
talked
And Misty
about,
and I
yeah.
recently talked about Psycho, the original, and the 1998 trash remake.
Spoiler, we hated it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not take a lot of notes watching this movie because I genuinely enjoyed watching it. I am a big, which God, the bar is in hell. Um,
Jenny Wan,
genuine.
that made me giggle.
Oh God.
Usually it's me that has the twang come out.
It, I didn't even notice. That's really funny. I can't wait to listen to this back. Damn. Uh, uh,
This movie was good.
yeah, it was
I
fine.
mean, it was fine. It
Yeah.
was fine.
And I'm
It
usually
wasn't bad. It was very misty. Like this
yeah,
is definitely a misty
it's just a
movie.
cool movie
Hmm.
probably not many people have heard of that I would direct people to. If you want to see a really cool Japanese vampire movie, the vampire
And it's
design
not
was amazing.
extreme.
It's not, it's
It's
very
not,
subtle.
no.
It's gothic horror. It's very
I
pretty.
put that I love the look of Yuko, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what
Do you
she
remember
looks
her
like because I
contacts? Her
watched this a
eyes were
couple of days ago.
yellow.
Oh yes, I did love that.
It was
Mhm.
great. The vampire design
Yeah.
is great because it's not like over beating you over the head vampire movie. It's very subtle. It's a murder mystery. Love those. You know,
I love those.
and yeah, I really it's a well acted movie. It's well made. The little butler man, whatever his name was crazy because he tried to beat up everyone that walked into the house. He was so weird. I don't know what his deal was. He was like a little bulldog. Um, but
Everyone
yeah,
needs a bulldog.
yeah, I would love to have one. Yeah, I recommend this one. Anyone wants to see something a little bit off the beaten path, something very beautiful and just very unique to look at. Again, this could be an
Cozy.
uneducated. And Ron, I know you're listening. If you know of any other Japanese gothic horror movies, please tell me. I want to
Yeah,
see
we'll be
them.
waiting for your voice
I
notes. Thank
didn't
you very
know
much.
this was an option, and now I have to have it. So, yeah. Um,
Also, as you were spieling just now, I had an idea for
ooh,
Patreon.
okay.
You said murder mystery,
Yes.
and murder mystery is not horror, but it's horror adjacent. And I feel
I
like we could do a cool
please.
Patreon episode.
Yes, because it's one of my favorite things. Love that.
Hmm. Me too.
Yeah, we
Which
could.
recently our friends at Filmstrip did a month of horror or murder mysteries,
Mhm.
including
Was
um Knives Out and
mhm. Yeah, I
Clue.
thought Clue was included.
Yeah, those were really good
Hmm.
episodes.
Yeah. Yes, always recommend Film Strip.
Always.
Yep. So without
Yeah.
further ado, let's move on to the star of the show. It almost gave Kendall an aneurysm, I
Oh
think.
my God, it did.
So
Okay.
I watched this and then it immediately texted Kendall, just know this is not this is a John Waters movie, but it is nothing like Serial Mom in any way,
It's
shape, or
nothing.
form.
So I blindly chose Multiple Maniacs, which is not rated. It's an hour and 31 very long minutes. And I was excited because it is John Waters.
Hmm.
And we recently covered Serial Mom last year and we loved it. And he also did Hairspray.
Yeah.
And let me just go ahead. Yeah, he did those. And so, yeah. So keep that in mind. Synopsis. Watch as the life of a leader of a menacing group of deviants explodes in a spectacle of debauchery, accidentally filmed from beginning to end on purpose.
Which I love that. I don't know what that means. I don't think it's real, but I do love that sentence to death.
Tagline, you won't believe this one. And you know what? That is the truest tagline I've ever read. Directors John Waters. Our notable cast, we have Divine, who you might know from Pink Flamingos, Hairspray, a legendary icon in multiple communities, and the inspiration for Disney's Ursula of Little
Yes.
Mermaid.
Divine
Um,
is
I love
actually
it.
divine. I think Divine is an
She was,
angel sent from heaven. You can't convince me
if
otherwise.
any, if anyone else was in this movie, I would have enjoyed it less.
I
And I,
100% agree. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and we have Mink Stoll, who plays Mink, and they were in Serial Mom. Okay,
Please
so
try to
this movie
explain
is in black
this.
and white. I will. This movie is in black and white, and they're like kind of like like freak show people
Hmm.
almost.
Yeah, like a traveling
Um,
sideshow.
yeah, and Divine has this boyfriend. Fuck, what's his name? Mr. Paul
Oh,
or something.
Miss. Oh, Jesus. I
Mr.
didn't. Mr.
David
David.
is
Yes.
David.
Hmm.
Mr. David. And the way he talks pisses me off. I hate him. I hate him. I
Yeah.
hate him. I hate him so much. He actually hates Divine.
Hmm.
And I don't even really know the plot. So like he's kind of plotting to kill her and he's
Right. So,
cheating on her and she thinks that something's amiss. So she's on a journey to figure out what's going on. And then she meets this woman in a church and she
mhm.
gets fucked by a rosary. And
Yes.
it's really fucking weird. And then the woman wipes out the rosary and I was chortling. It
Yes.
was so funny.
I that whole scene is, I mean, that's fast forwarding to almost the end of the movie, but Divine is monologuing about the crucifixion of Christ and the Stations of the Cross over the sounds of her orgasming over and over again inside of a cross by getting a rosary job, which the the term is coined. It is rosary job,
Mhm.
and by a woman she just met. And
Yeah,
I just
and
think it's like 10 minutes long. It feels like it's 10 minutes long.
it's way too long.
Yeah.
Also, Divine does a lot of what's it called?
Oh, okay,
Voiceovers
yeah.
in the and
Yes.
talking. And
Yeah, like
honestly, I can't remember the plot. The only thing I can really remember is like the last third of this movie because it's fucking bananas.
it
And
is funny.
Ron, if you haven't watched Multiple Maniacs yet, turn this off and watch it right now.
Yeah, don't listen to anything
Specifically,
else we
Ron,
say.
also anybody else, literally anybody else.
Just yeah, please
If you
watch it.
like fucked up weird movies,
Mhm.
this movie is
This is the epitome of John Waters. This is John Waters. This movie
this
right here.
okay. Okay.
Gather your.
Let's do our notes and then we
Okay.
got to get to that end. That
Okay.
end because it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Um,
I love all the different kinds of bodies in this.
me too.
Love it. And you got
Yes.
to, you know, there's lots of boobs and lots of nudity and
Lots
you
of
know whatever,
butts.
but I love all the
Lots
lots of
every
butts.
body shape and size and height that you can imagine. Um,
Hmm.
so they're a traveling sideshow, but they're conning people. So they go to little, like, preppy little towns and they set up their little show in the woods. And it's like, come watch this man eat his own puke. And oh my God, what was the actual queers
Hmm.
kissing on the lips, which got a kick out of
Yeah.
me? Like, okay, and Mr. David is the barker for this troupe. And I love that he is literally telling these people literally what they are going to see inside these tents. Actual queers kissing on the lips. And they walk into this tent and they're disgusted, literally clutching
Oh,
their
they're like,
pearls.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
But they
It's
don't
so over
leave.
the top.
They don't
No,
leave. They stand there. They watch it
it is so, it feels like a student film.
in the best way, I think.
In
And
a,
so
yeah, not in a bad way.
yeah. And then they rob all those people. That's the whole point of the movie. They're just a traveling
Yeah.
marauder band. And Divine
Deviants, yeah.
is the diva of the group. And I think Mr. David is jealous that she tells him what to do. And he doesn't want to be with her anymore. So
And
He
she's like blackmailing him because
hmm
she's implying that he had something to do with the Manson family.
Yes, and there was a note that I read somewhere that kind of explained that further. Like that was supposed to be an actual like plot line, but they kind of stepped away from that because they found out that it was actual hippies that killed
Hmm.
Sharon Tate. Like I think they were
Hmm.
maybe in the middle of finding out what actually happened with the Manson family, and so they kind of like
Okay.
backed off of that a little bit because it
Okay.
was in bad taste, maybe. I don't know. There was
That was yeah, this was only a few years later.
yeah, so yeah, I can't remember the note exactly, but it's probably on Wikipedia. You can read it. Yeah,
Um,
so he plans to
I
kill her,
yeah.
right? Yeah. That's the
Yeah, him
plot.
and his lover. And Divine has a grown daughter whose boyfriend kisses her bare breasts in front of her
In front
mother.
of Tavine,
Thought
yeah.
that was
Is that
weird.
incest?
Um,
Or is it just weird? Thank you. I
I don't
think
think
it's a
it's incest,
yeah.
but it is weird.
It's incest adjacent. It's very strange. They're like nude. They
Uh,
just had sex, and Divine's like, "Hey, can you
he's
zip me up?"
literally, yeah, it's weird. Like he's kissing her breasts,
He's
and Divine's
performing
just
a
standing there
sexual
chatting.
act. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
whatever.
weird. So yeah, that's pretty much the plot. And at one point I said, is this even a horror movie? Did
Hmm.
Google fail me? And I would suppose that the last part of this movie is horror adjacent at least.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
okay, so Divine's daughter. Okay, hold on. So Divine meets the lady in the church that fucks
Yes.
her with a crucifix
Yes.
and or rosary or whatever. And they kind of team up and they're lovers now. And they team up to go find her cheating boyfriend, Mr. David, and his girlfriend. And Mr. David goes to, I guess, Divine's home and finds her daughter and kills her daughter and her boyfriend. And then Divine and her lover show up and they fight, they accidentally kill, and all this shit happens. And the only person left is Divine.
Hmm.
And
And then what happens?
what happens next is literally the weirdest thing I have ever seen. And we have seen some weird fucking movies.
Hmm.
And Divine is sitting on her couch, and out from outside the camera, like where from
Yeah, like from behind
wherever,
the camera. Yeah.
but from behind the camera comes a giant, like take up the whole room, giant lobster. And the lobster fucks Divine.
Hmm. Yeah.
And there's
Totally normal.
absolutely no explanation. Then the lobster leaves.
Hmm.
And then Divine, which I thought the movie was done, Divine goes on a rampage
Yes.
and is just like I don't
Going on
even
a
fucking
murder
know.
spree.
A murder spree, and she
Yeah.
looks crazy and it's wild and she's fantastic.
Okay, yeah. Divine gives, what did I say, 110%
Yes.
always. It is a joy just to watch her, and I just love that she's always loved and appreciated. That's not new news.
She's
She is
amazing.
adored
She's amazing.
for good reason.
Um yeah,
Hmm.
the
It's
lobster was the lobster was when I texted Ron and said you need to see this movie
yeah.
because
Hmm.
I need film strip to cover this movie.
I agree. That is a request,
Jay,
guys.
if you're listening, please, you must. I bet Jay has seen this. I need to text him.
Probably. Yeah.
Um, I can't get that out of my head. There's no explanation. I
I'm sure
even
it means
before
something, maybe to John. I don't know what it means.
even before all this, I felt like I was on drugs watching this movie. There was so much yelling and so
Yes.
much bitching, and I felt like I was on drugs.
I
And I wish I was.
I kind you know, I liked this movie when I first watched it, but it is like the more I think about it, like it is growing on me.
I've added a score. I've added a star since I
Yeah,
watched it.
I may have given it like a 3 out of 5. I might have to go back and give it at least a half a star more. I really like this
I gave it like
movie.
2 or 2.5, and I ended up giving it a 3, I think, which
Yeah.
is insane.
Uh,
Um,
there's a quote
yeah.
from John Waters that I wanted to say because I it in context in context of this movie specifically, and I really liked it, and it's really just like a portrayal of the time. He is quoted as saying, "There was such a war going on then between the hippies and the straight world. The straight didn't mean heterosexual. It meant you didn't smoke pot and you didn't think the revolution was going to happen." Like John Waters has always been that girl. And I just really love that quote, especially the way that he portrays like the straight people, the pearl clutchers in this movie, and how he always collects just the craziest, most diverse groups of people and he uses them in all of his movies. I really love that. Like,
Me
how the
too.
hell else is Mink Stole and Divine gonna get on screen? Like, I love these people. And
Also, look at
especially,
Hairspray. Look
yeah,
what he did with Hairspray.
yeah. I just love John Waters.
Yeah.
Um, I am obsessed with Mink's face at every time she makes out with Divine. Because she has just black well, it's black and white, so I don't know if she was wearing red lipstick or black lip, but it's just like a butthole ring around her whole mouth. Because she's just making out with Divine. I love it. God, I love these people. I also want to mention that Divine ate real cow innards. There's the scene where she's like cannibalizing. She actually chewed up, and this bitch acts her ass off. Like I said, she gives 110. She acted like she loved that shit without a grimace or a puke or nothing. I love her. And call me crazy, but I think John Waters has some religious trauma. I don't know, maybe.
I I don't even know what to say about this movie. It's fucking bananas.
It is
It is
bananas.
weirder than Eraserhead to me. Watch those two movies back to back and get back
What?
to me. Two girls, one crypt at gmail.com.
Send that specifically to Kendall, not to me. You tell her the kind of day
We're
you
gonna get
had.
some weird one day we are gonna get an email.
I can't wait. Let me check our
One
inbox right
day.
now just to make sure nothing has slipped through the cracks. Um, yeah. So I guess that's our episode. Um, like I said,
Yes.
short, but we had a time. We had a time with these movies. Again, I think it's just the specific year. Maybe
Yeah.
what the world was going through at the time was not conducive
Yeah.
to a lot of horror movies, and that happens.
No.
We're
Hmm.
getting a lot of horror right now specifically because we've been fucking going through it for at least the past decade hardcore. So we're seeing a lot of
Yeah.
horror pop up, especially a lot of like horror of like technology and things like that, because that's how we filter out our feelings about these things.
I hate
So great
that.
time if you're
But yeah.
a horror fan, but anytime you see a lot of horror pop up, that means we're going through a bad time economically and mentally. So it's
Yeah,
a win-lose.
things have to balance out. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like
And you know
one
what?
day, yeah.
I'm thankful for that
Let
because
me
at least we have
let me
this to.
take it down. Yeah. I'll take it with a grain of salt. Give me that fucked up horror movie
Oh, always.
every month. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot this year so far, but the year's still young, I guess.
Yes. Well, no, we're almost halfway through. So,
Well,
well.
hmm, okay. I guess books and music.
Oh, you want to rank this? Do we
Oh
rank the
yeah.
years? I can't ever remember.
Yeah, because we take them as if like if these four movies were
Came
put,
out
it's
today.
going C. It's
Yeah,
C.
me too.
It's Z. Can we put it in Z?
Sure. Put it in C with a thumbs down next to it.
Yeah.
No,
Let
I totally
me
agree. I
let me
would have
find
been
it.
jazzed to see the Vampire Doll in theaters, but not enough for me to take this whole load of movies out of C. I would have also loved to maybe not be a square and go to the theater and see the squares clutch their pearls watching multiple maniacs. I would have enjoyed that experience. So,
Yeah. I don't like that you said load of movies, but it's okay.
oh, my bad. I didn't mean it
You
as
made me
like
think
a
of
load.
a
The
load. Yeah.
would you think about the lobster?
Oh,
Sorry again.
I
I'm
don't want to
sorry.
think about a lobster penis.
I don't know if they don't have those. I think they just like squirt it out into the water and then like the other
So,
one catches it.
but this lobster was humping her
Yeah,
and she was enjoying it. I
yeah.
don't know if she, honestly, I don't know if this was consensual.
I don't think it was because I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I don't think it was.
I don't
So
know if it was. So I can't say
where
she was enjoying
we
it.
don't
She
know
was
where
moaning.
it came
I
from.
honestly don't know
We don't
because
know
I
what
think
it
I blacked
is.
out.
Honestly,
There was
valid.
no explanation. I can't. I'll never get over it. Okay, book.
Okay, I cheated again this week. And I'll tell you why. I had a really hard time again, and so this happens a lot when we do specific years, um, before I'd say the 90s. Trying to find a book published that year, a horror book
Hmm.
that is even available for me to read, like either as an
Right.
ebook or an audiobook. They're usually out of print, so it's hard. Um, so what I did was at from the suggestion of Kindle actually was to look for an Agatha Christie novel that was published in 1970. There was one.
Oh,
It's called Passenger to Frankfurt. And I have not been so bored to tears by a book than this one probably. I literally DNF'd it. I couldn't. It's about two spies. Um
ew.
It's just, and it's like the most boring spy, whatever, doesn't matter. I didn't read it, so I'm not using it. What I did do was pull upon my own personal experience and go back to why I love podcasts so much is because before we had podcasts, there were radio shows. And I
Yeah.
remember I used to drive when I used to drive home in the crack of midnight to 2 a.m. Um, on one of the AM stations in New Orleans, they would play old radio shows as they were recorded during that time period. So you would hear all the old commercials for like
That's
products
so
and stuff.
cool.
And yeah, and I would love listening to those on the way home from work. And then, we got podcasts, which is the modern version of that.
Yeah.
But there is a podcast that kind of what's the name when you like the name? What's the word when you revise something, like you clean it up so you can listen to it? Anyway, remastered. They have a remastered
Get it?
version.
Oh.
Jesus, I got there. Um, of this old radio show called Beyond Midnight, a South African radio horror anthology series that ran from 1968 to 1970. It is like fully dramatized, multiple narrator actors doing these horror stories with like, in-house Foley. They're making all the like the sound effects. Like it, if you've ever seen like a video of how these shows were recorded, it's so fascinating. Everybody's there at the same time in front of a
Hmm.
microphone, reading their lines, and someone's like hitting shoes on
And
the
they're like
floor.
clapping shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. And then they keep the same old commercials in. So there's like this one specific soap commercial that you hear over and over and over again. But they're like Twilight Zone episodes, like really cool stories. You can listen to it. I know it's on Spotify. I don't know if it's on any other podcast app, but it's called Beyond Midnight. and it's just really cool. It's if you like old nostalgic shit like that, if that makes you feel like warm and homey, you'll really enjoy listening to that.
I love that. Um, I phoned it in too. I did a quick Google of songs from the 70s and I found Black Sabbath, which is perfect. And I chose The Wizard. And honestly, when I listened to it, I was like, yeah, this embodies 1970. This embodies what I feel like these movies did. And so that's the song I picked. It's a very good song.
I mean, I do love Black
Highly
Sabbath,
suggest.
so I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and
you really
say
can't. Yeah, you really can't go wrong. So,
love it.
yeah, sorry for the lackluster
You know,
friends.
we honestly we gave it our best. I'm gonna give us that because
Yeah.
this was a rough one. Again, I'm blaming also Psycho 1998 being thrown into the watch list the same week we watched some very
I
confusing
mean,
movies.
whoever schedules the shit is
That bitch, I need to
gotta
talk
be
to her.
fired.
Fired.
Please.
Oh God.
Please. I don't know how to delete
So
these. Okay.
please give me something good on the wheel. We've already decided if we're so traumatized from this, if we get a year from the 70s, I don't care what year it is, we're respinning and we're both totally okay with that because we make the rules.
Yep. Yeah, we make the rules. We do whatever the fuck we want. Ready?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. I accidentally spun it again
I was about to
after.
say, what are you doing? Cheating.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay. So, how did we decide to go about this? Were we going to pick two each of his movies? Or,
Yeah, I thought
okay.
so.
Okay.
I'm
I don't.
mad because I didn't shuffle this, but it's okay. That's a me
Oh,
problem.
you know what? I actually love this because one of his movies is one that I always want to do for horror romance, but there's other ones that I want to watch. And so I'm going to use it for this instead. And we're going to watch The Village.
Ooh, okay. So you ready to pop a cherry?
Ooh, yeah.
I've never seen The Sixth Sense.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, do you know the twist?
Yes, I know this
Okay.
twist.
Well, I can't wait to
That
talk
was
about
spoiled for
that.
me.
Yeah.
That was spoiled for me back in the day before
Before
everyone
the internet.
spoiled shit on the internet.
Yeah.
And I just was like, why do I need to watch that movie if I know what happens? It's like the most infamous twist ever.
hmm
So I just never watched it because I'm like,
I
I don't need to. And then we did this show and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait.
I
So
love
I picked
that
that.
because yeah, I can't wait to actually sit and watch the movie because it's a great movie.
I
Um,
can't wait. This
that's
is a crazy one.
wild.
It's
That's
wild.
exciting. Let me
Uh-huh.
go through his list one more time just to make sure I'm not missing something good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hmm.
Hmm.
Last Airbender.
No, ma'am. Oh, um, oh Jesus. Okay, I'm not gonna make you watch it, but I am gonna mention that I am maybe the Earth's only The Happening fan. I actually really like that movie. Um, Mark
Mhm.
Wahlberg and I think it's Zoe Deschanel.
Why
Uh,
aren't you making me watch it?
because what if you hate it and you're mad at me? It's about like, well, I won't tell you because that might be the spoiler. Have you never seen it?
I mean, I'm no.
And
I've
you
only seen a couple of his movies, if I'm being
okay.
honest with you.
Have
I
you
think I've
heard
seen
people
like
talking
four.
about it at all?
Actually, I've seen more than four. No.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll just do that then. We'll watch The Happening, and if you get mad at me, I'm sorry.
He wrote screenplay for She's All That? That's insane.
That's
Oh, it's an uncredited
incredible.
rewrite. Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
which is kind of
He
better.
also co-wrote Stuart Little. Okay,
What?
okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting
Oh shit, I forgot about the
So
visit.
let's see. He's done Trap. I forgot about The Visit too. That's
Hmm.
it.
Okay,
That's it.
thank God,
Just The
because
Visit.
I was about to say, hold on, can I can I rewrite and pick the visit? Oh my God, I'm so glad you picked that
I
movie.
was probably gonna say Split.
Me
So
too. Before you talked me into watching The Happening, I was like, ooh, Split. I forget like half of the things he's done, which is weird
look,
because it's
he's
not that
so
much.
divisive. I'm so excited to talk about him.
Me too.
I really am. And I'm really excited because I've seen only one of these
Oh
movies,
my God. Which one?
The Visit.
It's so funny that The Visit is the one that you've seen and not The Sixth Sense. I think that's just
The
hilarious.
Visit is so good. I'm so
I
glad you said that because I totally was reading this and it just like
I
it
rewatch that
didn't.
movie frequently. Like, yeah, I cannot wait to talk about The Visit. Oh my God.
I am very excited about this.
Yes, good spin. Thank you, Wheel.
This is a yes, thank you, God of Wheel.
Thank you,
This
Wheel
is a good
God.
one. I can't wait to discuss it. I really wanted to talk about Split, but it's
Um,
okay.
I'm trying to think of where
We'll
we
fit it
could
in somewhere.
fit that into another place.
I don't
I
know.
mean, or we could just because we did discuss when because Stephen King is on there, M. Night Shyamalan, we just leave him on the wheel
Yeah,
until
he's
we've
got
kind
a
of
decent amount.
yeah, until we've gone through the catalog. So
Yeah, he doesn't have too many, but enough for like another episode,
yeah, I
probably.
think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, great
Well,
list.
that's
That's
fun.
exciting.
Hmm.
Anyway, thank you for powering through this with me. Um, I still enjoy talking
Ditto.
to you about the movies, even though I was confused or
Yeah.
enraged. Confused slashed
Well,
enraged.
now I get to wash this down with whatever that movie is we're watching with Ryan that
Super
I'm really
hose.
excited about.
Yes. Yes. I was actually
I'm
glad
excited
we're
about it.
recording short tonight so I can go watch that. Um,
Yeah,
but
me
yeah.
too.
So I will see you tomorrow.
Hmm.
Have a pleasant night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Two Girls, One Crypt. If you like what you heard, find us on Instagram and Facebook at Two Girls, One Crypt and let us know. We also have a private Facebook group where we can discuss more fun horror things, and that is Two Girls, One Crypt Keepers. We would also love to have more friends on the podcast. So if that is something that sounds fun for you, send us an email at twogirlsonecrypt@gmail.com and let us know.